live. So I'm just coming on because I'm doing some research for a podcast I'm doing tomorrow. And some of the topics is a little bit controversial, perhaps a little bit dangerous. So I thought I'd just come on and make that statement of, if anything happens to me, please investigate. I have no intention of taking my own life in any way, so I just thought I'd put that out there. So I'm getting into deep underground bases and looking at sacred sites, and some of this information might be a little bit controversial. I'm going to be doing a podcast hopefully tomorrow with John Whitberg. So if anything happens to either of us, please investigate. I'm just putting that out there publicly so that you guys will know that some of the research I'm doing is a little bit controversial at the moment. So how is everybody? My internet is not good. I have no Wi-Fi. My services got cut off. Hopefully they'll be reinstated tomorrow, and but I thought I'd do an impromptu live. I was waiting to get my internet back, but I thought, you know what, the research I'm doing is actually pretty serious. So I just want to make sure that everyone's aware that if anything does happen to me while I'm preparing for this podcast tomorrow or any time in the near future, please investigate, please do, because some of the things we're looking into on my channel and when we're looking into military and covert programs and surveillance, and yeah, so that's the kind of thing that I'm doing right now. So just so you guys are aware, definitely have no plans to leave the planet anytime soon. So okay, so if anybody joins me, if anybody comes on, I can grab some cards, I can pull some cards. Not sure how long my internet will be any good. The Wi-Fi symbols come back on, but I just don't trust it because my Wi-Fi got cut off again, and due to non-payment, and it takes ages to come back on. So hopefully it'll be fine. I've got some beautiful chimes with me. This is a Koshi chime. Earth element. So if you can hear that, pop a comment in the chat, let me know. How does that sound? So I've had a pretty busy month. I've been working on a project. I was on a course that I really wanted to do, which I can't really share much about, but it was really good, and I feel like I've kick-started my year. And hopefully my fitness and everything like that is going to improve now, because there's a type of work that I want to get into that will benefit all areas of my life as well if I can do that. So it's very exciting. So now I am back to regular podcasting and regular meditation, getting ready to start rewriting some of my courses and rewriting some of my manuals as well. So that's super exciting. And I'm going away in March. I've booked a villa in Barmouth in Wales with a colleague of mine. So we're doing a spiritual friends getaway. So there are spaces available if anybody would like to join us in March for that last weekend. It's 3 nights. Bed and breakfast, single, sharing a room with another person, a twin, it's £150, or you can have a private room for £300. Bring somebody with you even, and yeah, we're gonna have a lovely, chill, relaxed getaway. So that's our Barmouth retreat. My retreat brand is called Elysium Getaways, and when that name came into my head, I had no idea that there was places on Mars and off Mars called Elysium. So I think that's really insane. And I actually have a clone supposedly on a space station called Elysium, which is off Mars. So that's pretty cool, eh? So sometimes these things just psychically come into your mind and you've got no idea of the origin. So I've been doing a few videos lately where I've been digging into locations. So for the next month or so, I'm getting more into the grid work. I'm a grid work facilitator, so I'm going to be doing a lot more map work and tuning in, and the things that come to me organically in meditation, or sometimes I just get a map open in my mind. I'm going to be drilling down into those a lot more now so that I can find these deep underground military bases, get that confirmation, see what's going on there, and see if these are helpful or harmful or whatever. This week's a really exciting week. I've got potentially 4 podcasts booked in this week with guests for my channel. So Monday I've got John Whitberg. His channel is Do You Hear the People Sing, at the John Whitberg, and not all of his videos are on his channel. His videos are just scattered all over other people's channels, and the ones on his channel he doesn't even put his name on, so it's quite hard to find his stuff. So I do have a playlist on my channel with some John Whitberg interviews on there, some of my favorites, and he did just do a couple of short interviews with Zan John, so do go check out that, which is some of them on my playlist, when he's just answering random questions as well. So I'll be doing a little bit of that with him on my episode, but we're also going to be looking into some sacred site locations, and he's given me a list, and I've got some areas that I want to look at as well, but there's places like all over the world that we're going to be having a look into. So we're going to be having a look into Africa, which is definitely a place that has ancient technology. Going to be looking into maybe Morocco and South Africa, which I've got some places there. We're going to be looking into France, Russia, Japan. I'm not sure we'll get time to do everything, but Australia, Philippines, America, Vietnam. I've got loads of places on my list, so I'm actually putting together a little presentation with map cuttings, like snippets of places that I've been drawn to as I'm researching, which is why I'm coming on to say, if anything happens to me at all in the, in the near future, please do investigate, because I'm doing some quite dangerous journalism here, looking into these locations, and you never know. We're always monitored, we are targeted, we are empowered individuals, so we're always monitored. So yeah, so it's like my internet's coming and going, so I'm not too sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, really, because sometimes I go to open a site and it won't let me, or it's corrupted, so something's going on there. Yeah, so I am tuning into the map locations, and as kind of a land shaman, I can see through the map sometimes as well into different levels and layers of the earth. So sometimes I can just know that there's a base there, or I can so I it's really funny, because I was looking at Kruger National Park, because Kruger is one of the areas that we'll be talking about tomorrow as well, because there's different factions and different corporations that all lead into the secret space programs. So I was actually looking into Kruger National Park because I got a tip from somebody, and I zoomed straight into an area and went deep into the map, and it was a highly populated area with some kind of, I don't know, some kind of operations going on. So whether that's just agricultural or that really is like a mission location, I have no idea. But I was able to just zoom straight into it in the map. So I love doing that kind of work. That's the kind of thing that I do with Sean Bond. So please do go check out my videos with Sean on my channel and his channel. Because the latest one we did were about UK and Russian bases. That was a really big one for me. Because not only did we tune into the West Russian base, we uncovered so much more underneath it. And I got confirmation from another asset that yes, that they were there at that base. So that was a really big deal for me, and hopefully one day I'll be able to publicly talk about that. But yeah, so I'm going to be looking at a little bit more into UK, but UK is the hardest because I'm here in the UK and I get active targeting, and so I have to be really careful. Yeah, so well, I mean, all the bases are tricky because I've got representation in many of them. So anyway, yeah, please comment in the chat if you are here with me, and let me know if you would like a reading. I'm not going to be staying on very long because my internet is quite poor. I'm hoping my Wi-Fi's come back on, but I really can't tell. So if this is super sketchy, then please pop a comment and let me know. But if it's good, if it's clear, then maybe my Wi-Fi's come back on. Maybe I'm really blessed. Today I was at an antiques fair in Port Sunlight, which is a historic town here, and I actually got placed next to a heater all day. So I thought, oh my god, this is such a blessing. I'm having such a good day. So I've completed a personal milestone, so feeling really good about that. I've got a lot more time available now, so I can go into memory mining, which is my process of memory recall, and so I'm excited, and I'm hoping to get out and about a bit more so that I can just get my level of fitness up. So you might see me promoting my wellness videos a little bit more, because I put a poll out there, and I said to people, what do you want to see? Do you want to see more magic? Do you want to see more wellness? Do you want to see more secret space program? So quite a few people said mystical wellness, and I do have 20 videos on my channel with UK healers, Plus, I've got some American healers on my channel as well. But this week, I've got the John Whitberg interview on the Monday. Then on Tuesday, I'm doing a co-hosted interview with Breakaway Ray and Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot. So there is one video out there already on my channel, and it was such a good video. And so Jim and Matt from Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot are so wise, so lovely, so down to earth. You know, and Matt has amazing psychic abilities to tune in and channel many different personalities. So Jim Morrison has come forward recently with a warning. Okay, and who else? So there's, you know, there's dragons, there's Bigfoot, there's Mother Gaia. So messages from Mother Earth is amazing, and there's other personalities, other spirit beings that he can channel into as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. Generally, I let Ray, you know, lead with the questions, and then I can just interject, you know, just randomly if something comes up. But I want to ask some personal questions this time as well. So I want to get some advice from the cosmic dragon. Okay, so I do believe I have a dragon soul originally from the void, and there's quite a few of us on this planet actually, and we're all starting to find each other, which is really exciting. And so I want to tune into this cosmic dragon energy, because for me, February is my dragon month. It's the time of year where I do my dragon retreat day, which is on the 28th. It's Saturday. We're just doing a lovely afternoon. I get my dragon crystal skulls out. I have special quartz crystals as well that have been encoded when I put them all together in a circle to open a dragon portal, a portal to the dragon realm. So I kind of have that around us. Then I have the skulls, and then we also have a copper pyramid as well that I have that I can piece together, and we take turns sitting in the copper pyramid with a dragon skull, with like really powerful music playing, and we just tune into our dragon guides. We work with dragon breath, we tune into dragon egg meditation. It's like a Reiki called dragon egg Reiki. So I've got access to so many weird Reikis, I really have. Probably more than 30, easily more than 30. So we tune in and we have such a lovely afternoon. So this is an in-person event, but I am looking to do online afternoon retreats as well. So I'm going to be updating my diary. I was going to do a special offer for Valentine's Day, and then I discovered that my website was also down, and I'm like, okay, everything's just getting switched off. I'm having like a complete rebirth right now, basically. So that's what's going on here at AnchorHaven. I just need to get some funds in, basically, get some funds in and start paying my bills, getting everything back up. I do need to kind of discover a new way of working, because it's not easy to support yourself when you've got a spiritual business. You've got a podcast that doesn't make any money at all because it's not monetized or anything. It is quite hard to support yourself, but because I was on that course for 5 weeks, my diary was very limited. So I'm opening my diary back up now, and I'm literally able to do consultations and card readings at all hours of the day. I don't mind working on Eastern time, because for me that's typical skeptic time. So I stay up quite late now anyway, so that I can moderate on the Typical Skeptic podcast with Rob Khalil. And I will hopefully be doing a guest spot on there very soon. I just want to make sure that my Wi-Fi is back on before I say yes. Of when I'm coming on, and a few of us did want to do a group show. So if you are interested to do the group show to talk about your strange experiences, to talk about a secret space program or recall memories that you've had, please reach out to me or Rob, because we're hoping to put together a group show. And it was generally people who come on my Friday night live who were saying, yeah, let's do it. So I need to try and grab everybody together for that group show. And it's for people who are, you know, not really out there, who not experienced podcasters, but have something to share, and you want to build your confidence. So you don't need to have your camera on. But if you're, you know, if you're thinking about doing that, you can always come and do an interview with me, by the way. So my little channel, I generally record offline, and I do that because yeah, we just don't know which way the interview is going to go for a start, and a lot of people are more relaxed when we are just recording offline, just on Zoom. And then I premiere it afterwards, and I don't edit at all. I completely do not edit my videos. They are just au naturel. I put them out there, just pure disclosure, that's it. And yeah, so what you see is what you get here at AnchorHaven. We're very blunt here, but hopefully I'll have some great interviews. So I am lining up interviews with Felicia DeWilt, who's Flix, Chloe Ariel, and Aurora Diamond Heart. I've been trying to schedule with Aurora for quite a while, and we are hopefully going to do some media shows, and the topic is Xena Warrior Princess, because we both love Xena. I would love to do some shows talking about Buffy. I would love to do some shows talking about Star Trek, and things that also movies that tie in with disclosure as well. I would love to do that because I am a big movie freak. I would love to do a show with Jason, Missing Time 420, because he actually makes movies. He is skilled in movie production, and I'm hoping to get a scheduled interview with Alex Lipton as well. Now Gina Virginia Casella is hosting a conference in June or March. Is it March? And and I am supporting, so I moderate on her channel. I'm supporting her Story Species Story Medicine, and she has a lot of really cool people lined up. One of them is John Whitberg, so I'm really excited about that, and I know he's working on a presentation about what the secret space program is and what it isn't. So yeah, so that's going to be really good. So I'm excited about that. We just have a drink. So what time is it? Okay, I know I don't normally come on much on a Sunday. But it's great to just be able to chat. So I do a lot of Facebook lives and nobody really comes on them, so that's quite nice that I can just chat away. So I often have a lot to say. And yeah, but with my internet being as dodgy as it is, I'm not expecting to stay on that much longer, to be honest. Unless somebody joins me and comments in the chat and would like a card, let me know. So I started off working with these sacred site cards recently because I was working with my shamanic deck and I kept pulling the sacred site card, and I thought, you know what, I need to go back to these sacred site oracles. And I sent a snapshot of all the sacred sites to John Whitberg and said, you know, what can you tell me about any of these? And he said, well, the real sacred sites are not on that list. The ones that we are really interested in, the ones that have ancient technology, that have stargates and portals, the ones that are linked to secret space program and covert surveillance programs, they're not actually in that deck, because they're a bit more ancient, a bit more hidden, a bit more esoteric. So so that's what we're going to be looking into, and we're going to be starting a series hopefully tomorrow. And I say that because his schedule is very tricky at times, because of the situation that he has, but it's going to be good. So I'm working on a presentation, so I'm cutting and pasting maps and images and things like that so that we can save some time. So I'm doing the groundwork first. However, this is a little bit dangerous to be doing surveillance on all of these sites. So we'll see how much targeting I get. So once again, no plans to unalive myself in any way, no plans to harm myself in any way. If anything happens to me or John Whitberg in the process of us making this series, please do investigate. And I'm serious, guys, I'm serious. Okay, so I'm putting that out there on recording just so that you know, because a lot of people, once we start getting into deep disclosure, once we really start sharing the goods, bad things start to happen. So I'm not welcoming that in any way. I'm just saying, please be aware that these things do happen. And every time I do a video and there's something really good in it, like the one I did with Sean Bond recently, I get serious punishment afterwards. That's how it feels. I get attacked with direct energy weapons. I get voice to skull coming into my mind. I get portals opening where I get dumped with depression and anxiety. And even when I was on Typical Skeptic in the chat the other day, and Dr. Amir was on with the wizard Phil Barrow, and I said, I think I've got a djinn. I think somebody sent me a djinn. I think I've removed it because I was working with David Purcell. Please, can you check? And Dr. Amir tuned in, and in my fifth dimensional body, there was an ancient evil djinn being or whatever there. And he literally said, well, congratulations on staying alive and not going crazy. And you're like, what on earth? Oh my word. So yeah, so people send things to you on, you know, just out of jealousy or annoyance or attack. And so it's really tricky doing the work that we do. So we need to remember to take care of ourselves. Our safety is our number one priority. So always bear that in mind when you're sharing information, when you're becoming that public figure, when you're putting yourself out there. Safety is your number one priority. Safety to yourself first, your family, your community, that kind of thing. But I can already feel energy coming in right now. Let me just gonna do the bells to cleanse the air. Calling in any protections, please. Calling in my team in spirit with the highest light and resonance, in true benevolence with no conflicting agendas, asking for angelic support team, asking for my galactic consortium of guides to surround me as well. So yeah, so I'm going to be touching on topics with John Whitberg this week, hopefully, which are on planet and off planet. So it's going to be quite an interesting show. I'm not sure how long it's going to be. It could be a series of short videos, which will be great. I'm excited because I just love working with him as well. He's a great mentor, and please do check out his books on his channel. Do you hear the people saying at the John Whitberg? Because when you search for him, you find hardly anything at all, so it's crazy. But if you look at the videos that I've done with him, I've tried to tag him in as well. And I might tag him into this one so you can find. I do have spaces available on my podcast schedule for anybody who wants to talk about wellness or secret space program or anything unusual and interesting that's going on in their lives. If you're in the process of ascension and you are awakening and you've got a process, you've learned some lessons or whatever, and you would like to share that, yeah, I'm open. And I talk about my processes through my diary videos that I do, and doing the diary video itself is very healing. It really is, because I just get to talk through like I'm doing now, but I generally have a theme. Today there's no theme, it's just general wellness and letting everybody know what's going on. So I do plan to do some conferences this year, just attending or supporting. It's like the Basis Conference, the Summer Seminar, which is in June, but it really does depend on the guests coming in, because I did hear from Miles Johnson that he was hoping to get a controversial guest, and when I heard that guest's name, I went into complete overwhelm, because it's Montauk related, Project Phoenix, and it brought back some very disturbing memories that I didn't even know were there. So I do need to be very careful with how I'm spending my time, where I'm placing my thought forms right now as well, with things that are coming in. But I'm hoping to do some discovery sessions with Christy Campbell in the next 2 months, more with Sean Bond, obviously, because I love working with Sean. He's really good to work with. And we'll see what else. I want to do some fun stuff as well. So I want to get into the media stuff, and I want to really lift the vibe. So I'm going to be teaching Violet Flame Reiki starting in March. It's for 12 weeks. We meet 1 day a week, and everything is recorded as well. And it's the Violet Flame Reiki Mastery Program. So we work through all 4 levels. These are advanced master level Reiki, working with the violet flame, working with the goddess Guan Yin and other keepers of the violet flame, and we work with 40 sacred symbols. We do deep vision quests, and we go on a transformational journey together for 12 weeks, and it's a really enjoyable process. So I'm looking forward to that. If anybody is interested, we're doing it on Zoom. It is internationally accredited by IAOTH, the International Association of Therapists, and I have an early bird offer, which is £333. I do have installment plans available as well. If you are in America, then please do reach out to me, because I may have other ways to pay. Because I've got PayPal, but if you're in the UK, then it's bank transfer, please, because that helps me keep the prices as low as possible by cutting out the fees there. If you're abroad, it's PayPal, but I may be able to do another method as well if you're in my close-knit circle. I just need to have a chat with somebody about that. Let's see. But yeah, Violet Flame Reiki, so you do need to have some previous Reiki or healing experience. You do need to have been through an attunement process beforehand, so you know the kind of things that we're dealing with. But we will be attuning to the 40 sacred symbols in a very unique way, using Atlantean healing methods that I do. So it's a lovely journey. It really gets you thinking. It's very creative. There's not much rules or regulations with this particular Reiki. And we work with the goddess Guan Yin in beautiful compassion and mercy. So it's a very exciting course. And by the end of it, you will be able to teach the course with others if you wish. Now, if you're not looking to do like a 12-week journey, but you would still like to do some violet flame work, then do have a look at my violet flame chakra awakening. So I have an additional energy center that sits right there. It's a living fire of the violet flame, a multi-dimensional gateway to access the many flames in all realms of existence. So it's quite exciting. Completely different to my other violet flame work, but it has come from Saint Germain. It's very advanced, but you do not need any experience to work with the rescue flames. We work with a particular sacred symbol, we work with a mantra, and we work with the color flames. We work with Lady Portia and her sight of the soul. So it's an afternoon course and it's really lovely. Again, it's internationally accredited. It's half price right now at £44. And I can actually do this anytime. We can do it as a private course as well. So please do have a look at my bookwen.com/AnchorHaven if you are interested to do some violet flame work. And you can always support my channel via paypal.me/AnchorHaven, or you can join my Substack. Substack is just £6 a month. And you get access to my evening groups on a Monday, Wednesday and a Saturday. And I will be updating my podcast on Spotify this week because that's linked into my Substack. And I'm going to be cutting lots of short videos as well from all the things I've been doing recently. So I'm really excited to do that because I love working with the shorts. And hoping to get my channel views up, and I've just hit 400 subscribers, so I'm super stoked about that. It's taken me a year though, guys. It's taken me a whole year to do that. So I know some people are just like straight into the 6,000s or whatever, and it's taken me a year to get to 401. And it'll probably drop down in a couple of days and I'll be like, no. But thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and I love comments and I try to respond to every comment I can. So please do pop some comments in there. Even if you're watching the replay, #replay, let me know how you're feeling about the content. And if there's something that you would like to see, or if there's something that you would like me to do, or somebody in particular to bring onto my channel, then just pop it in one of the comments on my posts. Yeah, so I'm posting regularly every day. So pop a comment in and say. I'll do more polls as well soon, so you can see if there's anyone in particular you think that I should be working with. I do work with particular people because I love people that are just regular, you know, authentic, and people that I can understand and stuff like that. So we're drawn to soul family, and one of my friends said to me, oh, he hates that term soul family, but I do believe it's true. I do believe we find each other across time and space, that we incarnated together, and you know, and we still find each other. And when you look at this, like, you know, my super soldier testimony, and like finding my dyad in the last year, that one person that I was paired up with, that's insane how I found that person. I'm not saying they're the only person that I've paired up with, because there's a UK guy that I found recently at the Basis conference. We've definitely done some work together in South Africa. And there's another person who's American that I've been paired with in a Russian program as well. But when it comes to the dyad bond, yeah, finding that person was a really big deal for me. So I do believe that we find each other across time and space, no matter what, and it may take time, but we get there in the end. So yeah, we are timeless. We're timeless, aren't we? So thank you so much for watching, and I will be hopefully back on a regular basis now. My diary is opened up, my website is back up, which is anchorhaven.co.uk. If you're starting to get memories come through and they don't make any sense, please check out my debrief page as well. But you can always book in for a short consultation. I've got like 15 minutes, 30, 60, 90 minutes. I do mentoring programs as well, so it'd be great to connect with you. So yeah, so please let me know. Thanks very much.